Oh, it's the spaghetti.
Oh, the note's getting super evil, still rocking it.
Oh, this is crazy! This is crazy!
I've been synced for 2 stars.
Oh, and baseball takes about 4 milliseconds!
Wow.
It's an insanity! I can't believe this!
Take me whatever
I can't
out.
believe this!
This needs a retime. That was way too close.
Stop!
Oh
Stop! You can't! You
Well, I'm gonna put it to you this way. Elegant not only has one of the best Luigi follow-ups upper back, he might be dead! He's dead! He's dead just like that! Almost a JB 36%, you serious? 50.
All right, and welcome back to GSA. Nice promo for the Speed and Splash event at the upcoming Smash and Splash event, which the 16-star league finals will be a part of. So definitely looking forward to that, as well as this race between the legendary Dwhatever and who can even compare to Akki. I am electric, and here commentating with me is Shantastic93. How are you doing today, Shan?
I am well. I'm ready to get into some exciting 16-star action. Definitely 2 of the best players in the world. Akki, the absolute 16-star king, versus Dwhatever, who is an absolute beast in the longer categories. And cool to see him come here to the 16-star realm to try his test his chops against the best.
Yep, and we see both of them practicing radically different parts of the game at the moment. Looks like Aki's just trying to familiarize himself a bit with some castle movement, and Dwhatever putting some time into bits meanwhile. But definitely an exciting race. We've seen Akki kind of waver a little bit over these past few races, so it'll be interesting to see what he brings to the table. And I'm definitely really excited to see what Dwhatever is going to be doing today. If he brings out his absolute best and Akki isn't quite feeling so well, this could easily swing in his favor. So definitely a lot at stake that, these races are never decided until someone actually throws Bowser for the 3rd time. So
Indeed, it is going to be quite the exciting game. And I'm sure Dwhatever has been, practicing his pants off to get everything going.
Yep. And hopefully we'll be getting a countdown here in the Discord chat soon enough. Looks like both racers have their setups ready. Should be just about ready.
Looks like it, and we are. Looks like, yeah, Akki just trying to stay warm in the lobby, Dwhatever, just doing his thing over in bits, and
keeps getting those ledge grabs on the elevator there.
True. But all practice is good practice, and looks like both players resetting, getting set to start the timers.
Yeah, Akki ensuring that his file is deleted. Dwhatever ensuring the same. So both our guys are ready to go on this 16-star race.
And here we go.
Now, going into this, I don't know about you, but I'm looking for Dwhatever to hopefully gain a decent chunk of time, because Akki, as we kind of have recognized, is the king of BLJs. He's not going to let any time go on those. So Dwhatever is really going to need to gain considerable ground before those in order to make sure that he's got a little bit of wiggle room in case he's not able to get those right away.
Definitely. You can never ever count on Aki to miss BLJs. Just way too much grinding of that particular trick, and has spent too long getting runs to that point to ever at this point get be willing to miss a BLJ. So, Dwhatever going to be relying on very very solid movement. Has done a lot of those long categories. Notorious for building fantastic movement. So Dwhatever does have all the tools he needs to stay on pace with Aki. Just needs to make sure his movement's on point. He's not making mistakes, and we're gonna see a pretty good 3 races here, hopefully.
Indeed. And even if we don't see a great first race, we have seen the first race kind of act as a warm up for a lot of racers. But both of them getting Lakitu skip, it seems that Aki's practice in lobby definitely paid off at least somewhat for his kind of warmed up movement. And both of them going into that notorious lobby BLJ here. And Aki not even able to get the ledge grab into the column here. It's kind of a tricky one. You have to end up changing from up right to up left notch in kind of a precise timing as you're falling off the ledge. And so it can be kind of a weird thing that, as we see here, nobody's perfect at it, even the illustrious Aki. But we'll see if he's able to shake off that mistake before he goes deep into Dark World.
It bears noting that Dwhatever did appear to have slightly slower mashing, so Aki did make up a little bit of time. Obviously, Aki, everything having to do with this category, he just has down to a T. So his mashing was a little faster, so he's not too far behind for missing that chip.
Right, losing a little bit of time, gaining some of it back at least.
Yeah, looks like Aki got a slightly better cycle. Or no, looks like Dwhatever got a slightly better cycle. My bad.
Well, both of them on a Shig cycle. I think the real time difference was just from the entry there, with Aki failing that ledge grab.
Indeed.
Because Dwhatever gets the fade out right before 19. Yeah, Aki gets the fade out right before like 21. So.
Yeah, about a 2-second. I just noticed that the rotating platforms were a little bit farther down when Dwhatever picked it up. So.
Right.
Yeah, it looks like both players having a pretty seamless bows in the Dark World, and we're going to be heading soon into Womp's Fortress.
Yep, a super challenging stage, especially even like new runners. You can easily just get stuck here for weeks just trying to practice just a couple of tricks that on the surface seem relatively simple, but whenever you start really grinding into them and trying to get them consistent, you start to realize all the little intricacies of stuff like the exact position that you need to start out on the platform for Owless, or how exactly you need to approach for Cannonless. Just all sorts of little things that really, at this level, especially the level that Aki and Dwhatever are playing at, the little optimizations count so much that you have to put those hours in to be able to get the times that these guys are getting.
Very, very true. Fortunately for Dwhatever, the Womp's Fortress route here on 16 star is very similar to the one on 70 star. You just take out the 100 coin. So, take out those 3 stars, but it's all of the same sort of stuff, no different tricks. So looks like he's going to be in pretty decent place to.
Yeah, both of them getting their respective tricks just super easily and free. Aki with Owless, Dwhatever with Cannonless with the sock folder full setup. Let's see what Aki manages with Cannonless.
Also, I noticed
texture. Ooh, narrowly failing. Gonna have to go for shoot into the wild blue.
Looks like a just very clean play from Dwhatever. I think he got it was very, very close, but I think he got a 249 in Dark World, which is really good for a race. And so far, just not dropping any pasta anywhere. So.
And that's always nice to see. You know, a spaghetti race every now and again is okay, but you don't want to be served pasta every single night. It's just lazy. Bad craftsmanship. And Aki, let's see what he's got this time around. All right, okay, it's good. And a nice snap down.
But Dwhatever does pad a little bit of a lead. Missing that Cannonless is fairly costly. Little under 10 seconds, I would say. And yeah, Dwhatever just gonna be heading here into basement. No crazy bonks going on.
Yeah, you really hate to see any sort of castle movement mistakes, because I mean, The castle movement is kind of a unsung hero of the game. As Siglemic once said, strats save
no,
seconds,
Dwhatever.
movement saves minutes.
Trying
And
to salvage with the Tama.
oh no,
But,
yeah, that
yeah.
wasn't happening. Especially after he turned all
Yeah.
the way around. That was dead from the start.
Did a full ring around the Rosie and then tried to head up the hill. It would have been a 6 save if he'd managed to get like a moving on the fly Tama, but
Yeah,
yeah.
but you can only have your mid race magic every once in a while. It's not something you can have every single day. Let's see how this one goes.
True.
And anytime a racer fails that first attempt like that, you're always really nervous to see if they're gonna carry that into the second attempt. But Dwhatever nailing it this time around, no issues whatsoever. As Aki nails that Talon Star, and the Talon's also one that kind of gets ignored because of I think the difficulty of Plus. It's really
There's a
kind of
couple-
difficult to time the
There's a lot
rollout
of RNG
properly.
to manage and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, like
Um,
timing the rollout properly, and you're also having to hold a slightly out of notch angle to actually get that first jump properly into the dive. So it's just kind of a weird star to actually go into fast. And even though, like, at the very, very start, I think you can lose a little bit of time, but after you get over that hill, right when that fly guy spawns, if you lose any time, you're not going to hit him when you do that long jump.
True. Looks like both players are perfectly synced. Aki did have a seamless pillarless and made up exactly the amount of time that he was behind. So both players absolutely deadlocked.
Yeah, this is a wild race now. We've really got a good one on our hands. Let's see.
Yes, indeed.
Dwhatever with just a little bit of a delay on the very end of his reds for whatever reason there.
Yeah, every now and then it's sort of that's one of those moments. It's kind of like the wing cap star where you can pick up those red coins with your bare fingers, and how wide your turns are. It can make just like a 0.2, 0.3 second difference, and it really comes out when you're on this level of sync.
And
Oh,
no,
no!
Dwhatever failing that triple jump wall kick, a pretty well exclusive 16-star strat. So his 70 is certainly showing at the moment. I mean,
True.
that strat there, kind of similar to Owlus, just a bit different of a actual setup. And you know, I've talked with a couple of people before. I can't remember exactly which one is more lenient. I believe that this one is a tad more lenient, but even so, you still see people fail it occasionally, just because I mean, think about what exactly you're doing for a moment. You're exploiting the game's wall kick mechanic, giving yourself just enough backwards momentum to be able to ledge grab on top of that wall.
True. It's an extremely precise trick, and definitely one of those ones that if you don't spend a long time grinding, you're gonna have a lot of trouble with it. Even people who grind it regularly are just gonna have some trouble with it. So, looks like a pretty seamless lava boost though coming out.
Yeah, that one though does have the nice advantage of you're able to hold the direction that you were already holding for the jump pretty much. I think you have to shift just down one notch. But for Owlus specifically, you're having to like literally hold left as soon as you leave the ground. So those triple jump wall kicks, they're certainly a more advanced strat out of the game's strat book as compared to like say the big bully kills here that we're seeing.
Looks like Aki opted for elevator boost over lava boost.
Yeah, the two don't
Definitely
really
a
have
little
much of
safer
a
than
time
Marathon.
difference. I think it's like maybe a second.
Yeah, it's about a second, and you have to do the absolute fastest pro boost, or one of the two pro boosts, I believe, in order to save time over elevator boost. So Aki just saying, you know what, let's just give up that second, trust in the movement, trust in the BLJs. Ooh, Aki actually missing. Going for a backup triple box jump does not work. Does back it up with the
Aki
mid-charge.
falling behind a tad, having to go for that backup amazing emergency exit star.
It's always frustrating to miss a side flip, but nothing worse than when you're trying to do triple box jump, because that's such a very, very precise trick. So backing it up is very difficult. Looks like Aki maintaining a bare bones lead, but does have to do the triple box jump. I believe Dwhatever did pick it up already. So Aki actually a little bit behind. Don't be deceived by the difference in their movement. Uh-oh, missing the jump again, but does back it up this time, actually, very well.
Yeah, at the very least, depending on how exactly you mess that trick up, you're in decent position to back it up again, but it's still very scary. And as you said, it's a precise one that when your timing is off the very first time, you're having to immediately think to yourself, okay, what do I need to change about a trick that you expect to go reliably?
And you have to judge the your inputs holistically because the camera might not be exactly where you want it to be. So adjusting your inputs can be very, very, very difficult. That's why you'll tend to see runners, if they miss the initial side flip, they'll often go for the amazing emergency exit. But it looks like the lead is pretty slim right now for Dwhatever. Both players within throwing distance of each other for sure.
Yeah, semi literally, it could
Oh,
be. With Dwhatever taking that bonk though, which is going to cause him to completely miss Mips. Is he able to not even able to get that backup punch grab? Able to get the poverty set up though, but that's going to put Aki in a pretty definitive lead at the moment.
yeah, it looks like Aki definitely getting a bit of headway. Dwhatever having to close him even more distance. And missing the first clip, definitely not what he wanted this time. He needs every bit of...
Oh, and crossing back through the door, he's gonna have to grab him again, try to get through. And every second he wastes is literally a waste at this point. Aki just making very, very smooth, steady progress.
So the thing about the first MIPS clip is that it is possible if you go too far to the right, you're going to drop MIPS out of Mario's hitbox range. And so after the first swing, Dwhatever decided there is a way to jump and manipulate, sort of increase the hitbox of your punch in order to try and pick up a MIPS that's outside of your immediate range. But it's not always guaranteed because there are a couple of pixels where MIPS could be completely out of your grab range. So Dwhatever deciding, I'm not going to try and go for this backup. I'm just going to walk through the door, pick up MIPS, and go for it again. Definitely good for somebody who doesn't run the shorter categories, might not be able to quite judge that distance. So
Yeah, definitely
taking a bit of
playing it
a
more
deficit.
safe there than trying desperately to grab an ungrabbable rabbit. And then later on, though, kind of interesting as more of a beginner of this category, as you saw him fly away from that door, he went for that glitchy wall kick, it looked like, for the clip through, but not able to get that and having to go for that backup on the actual Fire Sea door. And we see Aki just going mad with
Such
Fire
a
Sea.
clean early Ellie's
Yeah.
lava boost.
Yep. Let's see what he goes for on this ending setup here.
Oh, I'm
And
actually
it's a
impressed
single
that he made
burn.
that, but that was
Wow.
really good. Single burn for Aki. Dwhatever so far doing very well. Gets the slide kick. Is gonna get. Looks like he is gonna get that that super early 16-star cycle.
Yep.
Commentator
Getting
regretting
this
saying lava boost.
nice
There was
kind
no
of
lava
a
boost.
lag reduction camera.
Ooh,
And
looks
single
like
burn from
Dwhatever's-
his. Oh, no. Double
Yeah.
burn. Just kind of a awkward setup from his end. You normally see people get a single burn if they're going from that far ahead, but I think he just got a bad angle launching off the platform, or
Yeah,
just not enough momentum conversion. Something weird.
yeah, and always better safe than sorry. Honestly, go for the second burn. No need to risk falling into the ethers.
Yeah, all you really risk is this Bowser fight, which, as long as you can do whatever just did with that very quick grab and the nice clean throw, you don't have to worry whatsoever about any sort of health.
Yeah.
But Dwhatever,
At this
as we
level.
talked about before the race even started, Dwhatever was needing to make up considerable time on Aki, and ultimately he's coming out with a pretty significant deficit. Let's see how Aki
Yeah,
handles these
Dwhatever.
BLJs.
Ooh, looks like
4,
Dwhatever.
5. Ooh.
Yeah, spent a little time waiting for that key. I think Dwhatever put a hex on his opponent, caused him to miss the first BLJ.
Oh,
Will it be
but
enough?
just instant catch on that second try there.
Yeah, second try was absolutely perfect.
As long as you keep a consistent rhythm after Mario catches for the first time and gets that like double,
And-
like that, you're already in pretty much. And yeah, Aki already in the sky. Dwhatever. Okay, he got the catch, but not able to keep the rhythm.
Oh no!
And
doesn't
not
quite
able to
manage
hold the
get hook.
BLJ there after that second catch.
There's
Let's
a
see if he
little
did
nook
this
at the right of the
second
door you
time,
want to
though.
hit.
Aki just running away with the win
There
on
it
this
is.
try though. Yep.
Yeah, at this point, Dwhatever gonna need like a death or 2 Miss Bowser throws or something to help him get back into this. But Aki
Yeah.
just not giving any ground, just going here for moving right side. Is he gonna get it? Just clean, non-stop.
Yeah, not just completely effortless at the end of the day. I mean,
Yeah,
Aki
in full task mode.
putting the time in. We've seen in some races in the past him having some struggles, but certainly putting the time in since then. And
Oh no! and
Dwhatever
Dwhatever
taking a
missing his
death
triple
instead of
jump.
a triple jump there. That's really rough to see. And I mean that's a pretty rough triple jump to actually hit.
Aki missed it, bro. Just 4 more. And
yeah, right. And taking a bonk there, that is going to waste a few more seconds with him having to run all the way around again. Let's see, that's okay, another hit, extended hitboxes.
Whatever bonks off the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, too much for both commentators to watch at the end of the day. This is a pretty wild race. And Dwhatever taking yet another bonk on the edge of that platform there.
Aki
and Aki, meanwhile, yeah, way too short on that throw. I don't know what exactly he was trying for. That's another,
Aki,
yeah, that's
another
a miss,
throw.
certainly.
Commentators enacting his own defense on these players.
Yeah, I mean, he's... Oh, Dwhatever missing that moving right side. Not sure why
Aki
you'd even go for that at this point. Aki hitting that third throw finally and sealing off this race with a cool low 16, which, I mean, with how this Bowser fight went, wow, a low 16, how?
Yeah, I think honestly Dwhatever was probably practicing right side for the next race to see if it was something that he could go for. Probably didn't expect to be taking this first one.
Almost definitely. I really don't see any other reason why he would go for a strat like that in this particular race.
Aki, meanwhile, cleaning up the first race, probably a little disappointed, did get a low 16 instead of that 15 that he is known for in races. So gonna be rebuking himself a little bit, but did pick up the first race. Shouldn't be so hard on himself, holds himself to too high a standard for sure. And ooh, looks like Dwhatever missing that third throw.
Yeah, not even able to come out with a 17-0-0, unfortunately.
But does get the 17-12.
Yeah, within a minute of his opponent. At the end of the day, nice comparison there. Unfortunately, not getting him any more points in the 16-star league points solely based on number of wins rather than the timing like in 70. And Dwhatever with the obvious oof in chat. Can we get a oof?
The only ooh I know how to do is the gnome. But
You've been gnomed.
But a little bit. But yeah, a good, definitely the first race going to be oftentimes a harder one. But Dwhatever definitely performing, just a couple of key mistakes, and specifically in those 16-star stars. So everything, definitely both players on par with each other and have a good chance to take the series.
And we've got that countdown, and our boys are off. While they're going through the intro, just out of curiosity, did you happen to be watching Punkei's stream whenever he got that really weird intro yesterday?
I did not. I heard something about it though. What happened?
So, for whatever reason, one of the times that he reset, the game was running at like quarter speed. And so, like, when you looked at the screen, it was like, I guess the logo was just being stretched over the whole screen and multiplied. Because it just looked like random colors, but you could like see that it was the same colors as the intro screen, and you could just hear, "It's a me, Mario," and like,
we're gonna need some what faces for that.
Yeah, it was a very interesting time there. The clip was interesting.
Well, we are getting into into game 2. Looks like
and Dwhatever failing that Lakitu skip. You know, in 70 star, we've seen people failing Lakitu skip kind of get good luck through the rest of the run, and typically end up clinching the win, but against an opponent like Aki, who ends up taking a ledge grab instead of actually falling off the platform for the second time there. I mean, in the first race, I described it as Aki walking right out of the front door of the castle.
Oh no,
And Dwhatever, meanwhile, bonking on the staircase rather than BLJing up at both these guys, disadvantaging themselves against the other. Dwhatever not able to get the long jump out. Aki able to get the long jump out this time around. He's turning around. He's on the staircase. He's through the door, through the entryway. Dwhatever having to set up for another BLJ. This is a race, folks. Aki just running away with the intro here. Dwhatever needing some sort of miracle and walking right out of the castle instead. He may as well just be giving up at this point, maybe checking for his buddy Lakitu, just saying, hey, I bribed you. I took the time to stop and give you the coins. What are you doing to me right now, man? Aki, meanwhile, just running away with Dark World. Okay, Dwhatever has managed to make his way through the back of that doorway, and he's in Dark World himself.
Oh,
and
man.
Aki swinging a pretty nice shig cycle overall. A little bit of a bobble on the end there, but able to make good time despite that. Dwhatever side flipping, long jumping, committing to the shig cycle here.
Indeed, yeah, that was quite the turn of events. That LBLJ by both players, brought to you by Barilla Pasta. 16 to 20 different varieties of cheese filled and non-cheese filled. Definitely check them out at your local supermarket. So Aki going here into throws, and looks like Dwhatever having a pretty solid Dark World, a shig cycle going down for him.
Yeah, but despite all those BLJ shenanigans, about a full Bowser fight apart, both of them getting a grab animation near synchronized, but what they're grabbing slightly different and probably about 40 seconds, 30 seconds apart.
Aki having a 310 Dark World is just like, it's beyond imagining.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you would expect to see of Aki like a few months after he started his SM64 career, not right now.
Yeah, but definitely once he went in for that last try, it was super solid. So, definitely picking it back up and had a very great Dark World to back it up with.
And going for that pro Owlus strat with that nice double jump off the fence there.
Ooh,
but ending up, not able to buffer the kick there. Yeah, what you want to happen on that star is right after you land inside the cage, you're still holding A from the wall kick, and you end up pressing B to buffer a kick against the cage to bonk you into the star. That way you don't have to deal with that jump that Aki just wasted about a second and a half on.
Indeed. Oh my goodness, Dwhatever on pace to pick up his first star. A little before the time that you're supposed to be finishing up with Juan's Fortress, so definitely very difficult.
It's cannonless, but Aki also getting texture setup cannonless a good about 10 seconds before him, and also having Owlus on top of that. So Aki with a pretty commanding lead at the moment, and not needing shoot into the Wild Blue as a backup, grabbing it as a dominant star at the moment with that very cheeky, clean kind of butt slide there. And Dwhatever, let's see. Yeah, he goes for his own little kick there. Or actually, I think he may have just walked into it or used the momentum to walk into it with the kind of moonwalk momentum.
Indeed. But Aki going here into Pillarless. This star has given players trouble throughout both the 16 and 70 star tournaments. So if there's any place for Aki to drop a little more spaghetti, for Dwhatever to have a chance at catching up, but he misses the side flip. Ooh, not a huge time loss, but certainly very tilting. The little mistakes that lose you a second here and there, those can often actually counterintuitively be even more frustrating than something as crazy as a death in Bowser in the Sky.
Yeah, because you've almost come to expect deaths in really death-heavy stages, but those little mistakes that quote-unquote never happen, they're the ones that really mess with you.
Yeah. Aki just cleaning up Pillarless, not leaving any space for Dwhatever to catch up.
Yeah, that was just I can't think of anything that you could do to save time on that. I really would have loved to have seen that in the practice ROM with an X-Cam on it.
And Aki, you're going for Talon.
Yeah, kind of interesting that someone as fast as Aki doesn't go for left side Talon. It doesn't save it that much time, but just a kind of interesting little thing to note.
All right, then. The Tama Pillarless Cleanliness from Dwhatever makes up a little bit of time here in Shifting Sandland, but gonna need a little more to boot.
Yeah, he's pretty well a star grip animation and, oh, by the way, a full start behind Aki.
True, true, true.
Let's see what he manages with this Talon Star, also going for that center pillar Talon Star. You can't blame them for that. It's consistent. As long as you're able to get that weird off notch at the beginning, you're good to go.
Dwhatever cleaning up. Meanwhile, Talon Star. The balcony is gonna be real quick, so he's gonna seem a little less behind after the star. But Aki, meanwhile, just blazing here through, picking up those. Do you see those fingertips picking up the red coins? Really, really, really practiced on these little things.
Oh yeah, and really, you can see the level of optimization in Aki's gameplay just based on the way he moved through those, especially when he was going through like 6 and 7, where he was specifically turning already after going through 5, just narrowly nicking the hitbox of 6, able to get to 7, and like that maybe saved a tenth of a second, but in Aki's world, that is entirely worth it. And the Owlus Mark II strat, logless, I guess you could call it this time around, working completely flawlessly for him. Second time around.
Yeah, he's 2 for 2 on that. Ake really not making many mistakes, only that LBLJ mess up. But overall, like everything else has been super, super duper clean for him.
Yeah, let's see. Beautiful ground pound on that bully before he even gets near him. Bully probably wondering, why are you ground pounding? Dwhatever repeating his previous mistake on that triple jump wall kick. That's not what you want to see at all in a situation like this where he's already multiple stars behind at this point.
Yeah. But definitely Aki sitting in the driver's seat.
Aki, pretty well, I mean...
Elevator
at the
boost
risk of
again,
sounding
very
a
safe,
cliche,
very
he kind of
smart.
starts in the driver's seat in a number of situations. And in this race, you know, kind of a very quick exchanging of driver's seat at the very start with that LBLJ, but ultimately Aki has been claiming and retaining the driver's seat throughout these 2 races.
Yeah, the start of the race was kind of like when you were young in your like early teens, and you and your older siblings would fight over who got to ride shotgun. And that was kind of the beginning of this run, but clearly, definitely one person has established dominance, and that does seem to be Aki. We're gonna see if triple box jump gives any more trouble. No, Aki actually getting his first try triple box jump.
Yeah, and Dwhatever meanwhile taking a burn on his way to the bully, having to do a backup kick there. At least he's able to nail that backup, though. We see a lot of people having a lot of time loss on that bully after missing that long jump like that. Aki gonna go ahead and talk to Toad a bit early, just I guess so he doesn't forget to later on. Normally you see guys talk to Toad for their 14th star, but I guess Aki just wants to stay totally safe here.
Yeah, definitely don't blame him. He's so far ahead at this point. This is nearly 2 stars. And
Yeah, and I mean, in
actually, it's
HMC,
more
the
than 2
stars
stars
are-
because Dwhatever has to do the longer star first.
Yeah, and Dwhatever getting just a slightly bad angle there, not able to actually get up for the triple box kick, and just not feeling like it'll be worth it. Triple box
Yeah.
jump, my bad. No kick involved, unfortunately.
Well, he does kick off the ground when he stops and he kicks up to do the side flip, right? Technically,
True.
every jump
There
is a bit
kick
of a kick.
involved.
Commentator definitely not wanting his co-commentator to feel like he was wrong, jumping through hoops, engaging a little bit of bad faith arguing in order to justify the statement made by his co.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you got your man's back, that's
Wait,
all that
did
matters.
Aki pick up a sec? Rolling? Yeah, he did. Watch out for rolling rocks twice. Oh my goodness!
What?
Aki with 14 stars not going to realize that Mips does not spawn. Gonna have to be going back into
What is he doing? What?
Oh no!
Oh my! And with that, Dwhatever has taken the lead. I didn't even snap to it. What? Well,
The
like
only
my
reason I
eyes, I
noticed-
recognized that the star was blue, but I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
The only reason I noticed is that I lost a run exactly to this, and it was one of my most memorable stream moments ever. It was just like, oh my goodness, that is the
It's
worst.
the amazing emergency exit that got him. Wow. So with that, Dwhatever actually claiming a lead.
Picking up the lead on the most incredible blunder by Akki.
I can't believe this. Akki gotta be having issues playing while just kicking himself repeatedly. I mean, this is a mistake for the ages. This is
Absolutely. Akki gonna have to take a moment after this race to just listen to some Simple Plan and just kind of stew and come to terms with what just happened, because that was, ooh.
yeah. I don't
Oh,
even
man.
know. Like, and Dwhatever getting through these clips, he's ahead still through these clips. This is a totally different outcome from that first race. This, I think, is our spaghetti race here, folks. Normally, we see the first
Oh my
race
God.
be kind of a warm-up race, or to be a little bit less polite, a spaghetti race. But in this case, with all the LBLJ shenanigans we saw, and now with this huge Akki error, I mean, yeah. Let's see what Dwhatever decides to do with this. He's setting up for front sub. Okay. This could be a good decision or a bad decision, depending on what Akki manages to do with it and also what he manages to do with it. A difficult trick with the lag you incur from the sub, you can very easily drop your jump input here, but it's clean on his end. Nice dive.
Dwhatever taking full
And
advantage.
Akki sliding right off. He's eating those lag frames right now. You can, oh man, that is ugly. That is horrible.
Gonna
Let's
go
see,
for left
lining
side.
back up?
Probably
Yeah.
don't blame him. Oh gosh.
And that left
this
side,
is also...
you can just see the game just trying to chug along. You know, I really think that sub must have been part of a tech demo or something. Dwhatever, meanwhile, taking a burn instead of a pole glitch there. Pretty well going to be missing the lava boost early cycle.
Yeah, this is so rough. Dwhatever. Yeah,
and with
he's
all
gonna
those,
get that normal cycle. And
Yeah.
Akki missing the pole clip, so also gonna have to going for normal cycle. Commentator kind of messing up his syntax a little bit. English is his second language. Gonna have to forgive him for that. But both players going for normal cycle.
yeah, I forget that there isn't really room for any sort of boosting off of lava in a 16 star. But Dwhatever fully ahead going into this Bowser fight. A good 20-30 seconds.
Aki's
got the
one
grab.
burn. Akki has a safe one burn strat that I've never seen, where he slides. He does like a friction slide into the slope, and then it guarantees him a dive. I've never seen that before, but it's like the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Commentator engaging hyperbole a little bit, probably needs to chill out.
It must have been really interesting to practice on his end.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how you go about discovering that. Probably just by doing it and then realizing, oh, that works.
And Aurora is saying it looked like a side flip dive off that side. So it can be kind of hard to tell that movement sometimes, especially with like not necessarily with these streams. The streams are of decent quality. Let's see what Dwhatever with the instant BLJ. Oh man, he is holding on to this opportunity. He has got to know this lead that he has. Okay, he's gonna be hugging that right side. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. If you BLJ too quickly and too far to the left side, you can actually clip through the wall into the wet dry world painting, which is just devastating. But Dwhatever ahead, going into Bowser in the sky, silence in the room, no room for even breathing. As Akki going to be meeting him in Dark World, not able to get that instant entry though.
Akki was exactly one Bowser throw behind, I believe, and with that little glitch, that little slip up, now does need a little more than that much of an error. And it goes diving off, pulls a Dwhatever from game one.
And meanwhile, Dwhatever failing the moving right side, but not falling all the way down to the entryway. Dwhatever is on top. Okay, he's got to get up these elevators, and the Goomba RNG The Goomba is in an optimal position here, kind of out of the way. Dwhatever diving into him anyway, just saying, you know what, I don't care where you are, I'm killing you. So Dwhatever confidently going into this Bowser fight with a 1-throw lead at the least.
Yeah.
And the first throw is good. Okay. Aki
gets
managing
triple
with a
jump,
moving right side here. Dwhatever, second throw good. Okay. Aki needing to get at least a missed throw on Dwhatever's end, and Dwhatever's third throw off the mark by a few frames. You know, definitely not one that you can say was super close to those extended range bombs. And this one is good. Dwhatever has clinched game 2 off of Aki, missing the fact that he had grabbed a star already. And now Aki missing a Bowser throw to commemorate this fact.
Oh my goodness. We've got chat quoting Papa Roach appropriately here, because just nonstop things going wrong for Aki in this race. But Dwhatever, props to him for taking advantage of all of that.
You know, Dwhatever with a win in this beautiful, just insane match.
Ooh, cool. Yeah, Restreamer actually letting me know that little technique from Firesea was actually, it was a full stop into a side flip forward, so it was a side flip dive. That's just really cool to me. And it looked like a full jump dive, so that's what really blew my mind.
Yeah, I mean, that really precise movement like that can just be, like, it can be kind of indecipherable in the moment. You have to watch it over and over, and especially, like, with low video quality sometimes. Like, earlier, I was watching a video thinking that a kick was actually a dive. And I kept wondering, like, how did they manage to get Mario into a dive there? And then after, like, getting it myself, I suddenly realized, like, wait a minute, this is a kick right here. This is definitely a kick. And both our guys ready all over again. They're chomping at the bit, both of them with one win. This third match going to decide who gets the W here, who gets those 2 points in the case of the win, since a win gets you an extra point. So one of these guys coming away with the 3-1 point lead. And they're synced. Not that that's a surprise in the introduction, of course.
If they weren't synced, then we're gonna need to do a little bit of an audit into how these players are activating their timers.
Yeah, what version these players are using.
But yeah, I can't believe that we're at match point. Dwhatever, certainly, I would be surprised if Dwhatever was expecting to go to a game 3. Definitely a formidable player, but Aki's play and his dominance over the 16-star scene is just so decisive that anyone who goes into a match with him probably has their work cut out for them. But yeah, actually Aki with a little bit of a lead there, probably just an early timer or something.
Oh, but Dwhatever with the faster Lakitu skip setup there. And, you know, with 16-star, you definitely see players going for those really, really quick setups. But for those other, like, 70 or 120 categories, it's not uncommon to see players just going for the, like, slower, more reliable kick long jump setup.
We see that LBLJ mastery from Aki, taking fewer seconds to do those to do those 15 to 16 mashes to get into that, to clip into that door. Gonna put him in a solid, like, 3 to 4 seconds ahead, and then Dwhatever also making a couple mistakes on the clip into the Dark World door. So Aki now with a decisive lead here, at least in the context of this particular level.
Yeah, and it's kind of amazing to see, especially given the issues that these guys have had with the LBLJs, given the initial segments. And Dwhatever having to actually use that kick to back up his momentum in order to collect that red coin again. That is not so the way that you normally see people failing that jump there. Typically, you see people accidentally going too fast and getting a dive instead of a kick there.
Yeah, that's highly unfortunate. Looks like Dwhatever had the wiggle room, though, and is making... I want to say he's making Shig because he was about 8 seconds behind. Aki almost had Zaya, but had to settle for Shig after a little bit of a jump issue.
But hey, settling for Shake, I think, is definitely not a
Certainly.
bad thing to have to do at all. And yeah, I mean, these guys within a Bowser fight of each other, Aki pretty well just the Bowser end text ahead.
Yeah, Aki this time the one to get a sub 250 Dark World. We did see Dwhatever get one in the first race. It was on the borderline. I think it was a 249. But definitely a sub 3 minute Dark World in a marathon is always a good thing, honestly.
And now going into Wumps, let's see what these guys have to offer. Stage is gone, kind of wonky for a couple of them in the past, so let's see what they have this time around with Aki with just a handful of a lead at the moment. Not getting an
Very slightly.
ideal jump off of that fence, but able to make the outlets work despite that.
Aki actually took a couple frames to make sure he got the kick because he didn't want. I think he didn't want to miss the buffer on that star again.
Yep.
I think it still does save like a few frames over if you jump and miss the kick.
Oh, it definitely saves time just because of how high you jump through the star. I think well, like I don't have any like panenkoic level basis for this, but I think that when you jump into a star like that, for whatever reason, it carries your jump momentum through the star. So you just like the jumps that you get through a star like that are just so extra high that they can't possibly be just the normal jump.
True. Yeah, so basically, for anyone who might not know like the sort of ins and outs of the physics, if you're going upward, if you're ever having upward momentum when you pick up a star, you're going to finish whatever upward movement you were doing, and so that's going to lose you a little time. If you're moving downward, as soon as you hit the star, you're going to go straight down. So that's always going to get you. That's always going to get you a bit more of a time save. And the cool thing is that a ground pound, I guess you have like that momentum as like potential energy. So basically, if you start the ground pound and you pick up the star, you're just going to warp straight to the ground, which is awesome.
Yeah,
Commentator about
and you
physics,
see
which he doesn't
people
know
going
into
for
chat.
that optimization in just about every star, especially in categories like this, where those little time saves that'll save you like a second or two really, really matter. And beautiful pillarless setup from Aki. Let's see if he can finish it out. And it's good with that dead on camera angle.
All right, let's see if Dwhatever can save time with Tama here. Ooh, clean so far. Can you get the pyramid clip? And it
It's
is in
good.
there, so
Okay,
Dwhatever can save a little.
Yeah, only a few seconds behind Aki. Not a horrible place to be at all.
Yes, indeed. Looks like about 9 seconds, maybe 10. Yeah, looks like about 10 seconds behind of akki941.
Yeah, let's see. Aki getting the fade out at 6:01 there.
Did Aki do the crazy left side pillar? I feel like they're both doing right side because it's fast enough.
Yeah, Aki, I saw in earlier races Aki doing the right side pillar. Dwhatever also leaving it 6:11, so about 10 seconds different.
Yeah. Looks like
Whatever, beautiful, shining atop the pyramid there. It's easy to lose some pretty significant speed off of that triple jump dive if you don't orient the joystick properly.
Indeed. Yeah, and let's be fair. Both players actually playing extremely well. This is definitely between the two players. This is the most the cleanest play that we have seen so far. Only like minor mistakes happening here and there. But overall, the movement extremely clean and solid, and the execution also. Aki now going to go for the next difficult trick, which is the triple jump wall kick. Makes it.
3 for 3, and Dwhatever, meanwhile, 0 for 3. Let's see if he's able to change that this time around.
Improves to 1 for 3. do whatever, doing what he needs to do, can feel the ability to advance to playoffs here in the 16-star league. If he can pick up a win on the absolute 16-star god, that is going to be the biggest mentality boost for Mr. D.
Absolutely, and I mean every point matters in this league, and to see Dwhatever manage to snag extra points off of Akki from a win, that is incredible.
Indeed, and Dwhatever actually going here for elevator boost. Looks like decided not to go for lava boost.
Yeah, just for whatever it must just be a slightly less confident star for him for whatever reason.
But Akki doing the same thing, so. Oh wait, Dwhatever actually, yeah. So Dwhatever doing the bully star.
Yeah,
that was
based on
an
the star
interesting
count,
camera.
Dwhatever just a little bit behind.
Yeah,
Still.
I got thrown off a little because I thought Dwhatever was going for reds because of that opening camera change, but then
Yeah,
switched the
Akki
camera
getting
over
white
to
out
go
at
for
46, so let's see when Dwhatever ends up getting white out. It'll probably be pretty comparable if I had to
oh, it's
guess.
less than 10. Oh, it's about 11 seconds actually.
Yeah, and Akki, meanwhile, getting triple box jump first try, so he's really learned from his mistakes that first run.
This is truth. Dwhatever hitting that triple box jump.
And Akki gonna go ahead and talk to Toad early on here. Nice to just get that out of the way. Just kind of not have to worry about that whatsoever anymore.
How much do you want to bet Akki gonna make a point of going for amazing emergency exit here and not even trying to back it up if anything goes wrong?
If I were a gambling man, I certainly would not be gambling right now.
Oh no, going for rolling rocks.
And I
We all
should
know
have
how
gone
this
for
ends.
it. I should have gone for it. Let's see.
Oh, commentator
He's
dodging
got to be
poverty.
making those metal notes right now, though. He's got to be saying, okay, I've grabbed it. It's done. Don't do it again. And Dwhatever, meanwhile, making a point of going for amazing emergency exit.
All right, we're gonna need some Monka SS out here in chat.
Yeah, will
gonna be
Akki
sweating.
remember the star that he just grabbed?
He does the kick. He does another wall kick. He picks up the star. Whew.
Yeah, he's good.
Alrighty.
I really wish that I had a copy of that reaction image as an emote. I feel like it exists somewhere on Twitch. The one where it's actually, I believe, from a Boy Scout magazine where they're talking about heat stroke, and there's a picture of a guy sweating in cartoon form, and Akki missing Mips right there, having to go for the poverty grab, is
Ooh.
certainly the embodiment of that cartoon in this moment.
Dwhatever struggling with walls and banisters in the meanwhile.
Yeah, but he does manage to get the instant grab, so going to be making up a little bit of time from that at least, but still going with a deficit. Let's see. He's able to get
That's
the
the first time
grab.
this clip.
Yep. Let's see if the 30-star door decides to treat him well, and it does insta-clip. Okay, so not very far behind Akki. Let's see where he hits the water here.
And remember, Akki had some trouble with front sub in the previous one. He is going for front sub again based on his movements toward the left of this time.
Yeah, camera confirms it. He is not backing down whatsoever. He must feel like since he got it at the end of the day with that left side movement, he must have figured out what he did wrong. I don't know. And it's good from Akki. You know, kind of unusual, honestly, to see people failing a strat like that multiple times from the same angle and still end up going for it and succeeding. And Dwhatever narrowly missing after that dive. The dive just a little bit shallow.
Yeah, I think he was angled a little bit too diagonally and didn't quite manage to catch the tip pixel.
And Akki with that poke glitch there, but failing a wall kick there.
Yep, might still make early cycle, but does have to go for a triple jump. Might have to get that wall kick as well.
Manages to get that ultra precise movement, bonking his head on that texture, and then proceeds to fail a 5-frame wall kick. That is That is wild. I don't exactly understand how that failed there. He must have hit A early because that certainly
doing
could
its
have been
burn.
late.
And Dwhatever having an extremely clean fire C.
Yeah, not missing lava or early cycle, sorry. But ending up getting a double burn there, I think trying to set up for some sort of single burn, but ending up failing that diagonal movement there.
So yeah, Dwhatever saving a hefty, I think 6 or 7 seconds over his opponent here in fire C. So this is I guess what you would call not a BLJ proof race for sure.
Right. If Aki doesn't manage to get a very, very first try, which, I mean, in the first race, I believe we saw it took him a second go up the staircase. So
Looks like about a 12-second lead for Aki. Turns the key in the right direction. Fortunately, that is not up to the player.
I didn't actually know that was RNG. That's interesting. And he gets that instant catch, instant BLJ.
Instant catch BLJ. It feels like, honestly, it just feels like he can't catch a break when Aki's ahead. He just never ever makes mistakes from ahead. And it's just so nutty.
It really is. And Dwhatever getting a bad angle here. He's going to have to get a lot of speed to make it through here. But he does it. Not getting any text on the star door or anything like that. If you go dead onto that 50 star door, there's a decent chance that you'll actually get text.
Oh no, hits the... Oh, there's a little invisible wall on those stairs that stops you from gaining speed if you're going too far to the right. If you hit the side of the endless staircase on the wrong step, you can basically just get stopped in your tracks. There is a way to maintain if you haven't...
Oh no, boxing! Taking a bug there! No!
Oh my goodness. This is just brutal.
Man.
And Aki here going for moving left side, very, very safe. But I'm not sure if that's the right move, honestly. I feel like just reset moving right side. But does do the super safe setup.
It just wasn't working for him. It was still a second try there, interestingly enough. And getting the Tony Hawk level ledge grind there. That's interesting. But he's able to make his way into the pipe. Had to hesitate just a moment until he got up those stairs, but it's going to take some pretty considerable missed throws to give Dwhatever the win here, but it is certainly not impossible. Dwhatever with the moving right side, he knows what is at stake. Let's see, Aki with the first landed throw, Dwhatever making his way over to the Goomba curse. Goomba treating him well. Aki with the second hit throw. Is it all over?
I think no, he did miss it. He used the bounce in order to buffer the, to make sure that Bowser would bounce off the thing and hit the other thing. Commentator struggling to find the right vocabulary.
Yeah, hit the thing and hit the other thing. I'm sure viewers at the end of the day knowing exactly what we're referencing.
Yeah, Dwhatever does the thing, but doesn't quite do it to the extent that the thing needs to be done, but manages to do it the second time around.
That is just wild. Aki running away with a 15-46. I
mean, like, can this stop? Like, this is not normal for somebody to get 15s in races constantly. Like, this is a superhuman kind of play.
Within 40 seconds of world record, mind you, 40 seconds.
Just positively nutty. Dwhatever getting a 16-24 and like so little to show for it in this particular game. Does manage to pick up a game against Aki though, which was definitely a good thing.
And as Dwhatever puts it, dude, I don't know what's up with that triple jump in bits. We feel you there. That triple jump dive at the very beginning, it can be pretty brutal.
Yeah, that triple jump dive was rough, but definitely a very good game. Looks like we're going to be going straight into the next race, so there won't be time for an interview. But definitely thank you all for tuning in. Thanks to both players. Very, very well played to both Dwhatever and Aki. Looking at these times, just godly play from both.
Yep, and stick around in case you didn't catch us at the very beginning of the stream. We'll be replaying that grand announcement that has to do with Smash and Splash. So stick around for that, and within just a half hour or so, we'll be having a Diddy Kong Racing match. If you're not familiar with Diddy Kong Racing, it's a pretty tight racing game, and you should stick around for that match as well. But in case you can't, thank you so much for watching. And with that, we'll be signing off. I am Electric again, and co-commenting with me has been Shanta. It's been great, man.
Thank you, thank you. Also, check out Pace, the first competitive speedrunning event on April 25th to 28th.
Yep, and you'll certainly have to wait less than a half hour. Diddy Kong Racing will be very, very shortly. So if you're remotely interested, stick around for just a few minutes and we'll have you covered. So with that, bye-bye.
Oh, it's the spaghetti.
Oh, the note's getting to him. Emo's still rocking it.
Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. I've been synced for 2 stars.
Oh, and baseball chasing by 4 milliseconds.
Wow.
It's an insanity. I can't believe this.
I can't believe this.
This needs a retime. That was way too close.
Stop! You can't.
Well, I'm gonna put it to you this way. Elegant not only has one of the best Luigi follow-ups, upper back, he might be dead! He's dead! He's dead just like that! Almost a JB 36%, you serious? 50.